Hi there, and welcome back. We left you off last time with some unfinished products.
We left you off on a real cliffhanger last time.
So I'm going to start by finishing off. If you remember, I was working on this flower box that had been painted with weathered wood. And the molds have got queen bee, a kind of a deep yellow underneath. So I'm going to now start by, everything is dry, I'm going to start by distressing back, wet distressing with my rag. What are you doing, Kaylee?
Okay, I am mixing together 2 shades of green. Really, they're not that, this is, what is this, Farm Fresh?
Apothecary.
Apothecary. Oh, I had always said Apothecary was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And okay, so this one's Apothecary, this one's Farm Fresh. And I am mixing a bit of both together here to get, what would you call it? Farm Carry. I don't know.
I always thought those 2 colors would look nice mixed. I don't know why. I like them both separate, but I just thought I'd like to try them mixed. So, we had a bit of a calamity the last time. We realized for our wet distressing, we were using a Norwex rag, which is a no-no.
Can you believe it?
So today we're
there's no one to blame but her, because she's the one who had set the rags out ahead of time.
I don't know how I did that.
And look at the brushes she's using. These have been around for...
I know. I need to get a new set of brushes.
Where did you get these? From the dollar store to begin with?
No, they're Michaels.
These are real
Michaels. They're good ones. Okay, so as you can see here, actually I like how this is taking place. What do you think?
Oh, that's cool.
So if you could see that, it's
angel wings.
I'll bring it closer. Just like, that's what's so great about this clay-based paint. You just take a wet rag and you can remove the paint so simply, so easily. So you can see that yellow shining through, and I'm doing it on the edges a bit too. And it looks darker when it's wet now, but it'll all dry back to the same color.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that look.
Yeah, that's really cool. That was that
kind of
that queen bee underneath.
Yeah,
eh? I think that's a cool color. That
I love queen bee.
Oh, you do? I thought you thought it was kind of out there or something.
No, like it's like this bird. This is my queen bee bird. When you do queen bee and put some dark wax on it, you can get a nice little bird like that. I love that color.
Yeah, no, it's nice. So I'm over here working on picture frames. So we've got a bunch of picture frames here that we picked up, and so I'm painting them this color that I mixed. I don't even know.
Well, it looks more bluey than greeny. Like, did the Farm Fresh take over?
It might have. I feel like they're not that different.
No, it's not.
So this I'll probably do a couple of coats, maybe 2 coats to cover, and then I'm going to distress them. So just taking anything you find. This one here.
We talked about my handy dandy heat gun last time. We have it tonight, so she can blow dry
because last night we didn't have it.
Right, exactly. And then we had to wait. I could have done this all in one session if we'd have had it.
Yeah, but we're doing 2 takes today. 2 sessions. Okay, so.
Yeah, I love this yellow coming through. I really like that.
Yeah, that yellow is nice. That's very nice. That'll be popular, I think.
I hope so. You never know. Sometimes the things that I think are really going to be popular aren't, and something that I wasn't sure of.
Yeah, not every, yeah. At first she was painting everything, what's your favorite color there? The weathered wood.
Yeah, that's this color with the white wax.
Oh,
okay,
so
I'm gonna let that dry up a bit now to set it off. And then this one I had painted last time in weathered wood. I'm gonna put white wax on this, I think. Or should I dry brush it?
Well,
I was tempted to dry brush it. What do you think?
I think you like the dry brushing technique better than the white waxing. Like there was a time where you were white waxing everything.
Everything.
And now you're dry brushing everything.
Yeah. Well, you know, yeah.
You go, we all have our
things, and yeah.
I mean, and it's almost the same. Like it almost achieves the same.
I think the dry brushing is a little more vivid. The other one is more muted. The waxing is more of a muted look.
I am getting a mess. I hope I don't mess my clothes up.
Not had you should. I put an apron on.
Yeah, I should have. Oh well. It's a thrift store shirt, so it's not like it's a big investment. Not only do I thrift my decorations, I thrift my clothes.
Yeah, I know you do.
But you don't.
No.
No.
Yeah, Dana likes, our other daughter-in-law likes to thrift store stuff too.
Now, do you get in like inside here when you're painting your picture frames?
We're inside. How far inside?
Like inside there?
Like if it's going to show, like that, yeah, right here I would definitely do, but not...
Oh yeah, I see what you mean, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Dana likes to thrift, but clothes for the whole family.
That daughter-in-law she's talking about has two little girls, and the one of them was in a piano recital recently. So Dana said, if you're on any of your thrifting or garage sailing excursions, look for a cute little dress for Helena for her recital.
For her, yeah.
So wouldn't you know it, I just got that text from her and stopped at a garage sale, and there was a perfect little dress exactly in her size. It was black, sleeveless, and it had a skirt around it that was piano keys. Like it was like the whole thing of piano keys, and two little wooden hands in front that were playing the piano keys.
Meant to
so that was perfect for the recital.
Helena liked wearing it.
I think so.
Yeah, it's meant to be. Yeah. So this takes no time at all to put a few coats on. What color do you think you wanted to paint those candlesticks there?
I've got some vintage linen.
So a white.
Vintage linen, yes. There's actually a girl who messaged me on Brady's Girls who would like a set of 3, and so she said a lighter off-white. So I think that'd be a good color.
So these are on. They've got her name on them already.
Yeah. Well, if she likes them when they're done, but I told her I'll send her a picture when they're done.
So we were talking about, we're just back into making videos. Oh, that looks kind of
weird.
Yeah,
I don't like
weird.
it.
Show them.
No,
show them so they can see. Because last time I said Mom's motto is you can always paint over it, and
this is definitely going to get a paint over.
Yeah.
It's not coming out right. I think white wax.
It looks horrible.
I know, and I think it's because it's too flat a surface and whatever.
Yeah, whatever. You know what? They're not all winners.
We'll set that up to the side, and it will get another weathered wood, and it will get white wax. Yeah. I think that's what will happen with it.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
But do you have another project there, or?
I could start with, okay, do those need another coat?
Yeah, they'll need another coat.
Let me just
take the gun out. I think I'll have to mix a touch more paint that will brown too. Yeah, but we were saying Mom and I were talking about video ideas. Oh, it's just fun to watch this dry.
Show them the color before when it's wet and then when it dries. It dries lighter.
Like you can see it as she's got that paint gun to it.
Like if you're used to working with acrylic paints always dry darker, whereas these chalk paints dry lighter. Yeah. Actually, this is very nice. It is a deeper application.
This is mainly dry. You can maybe see 1 or 2 sections here where it's light, but just
this picture frame will be fun to just dress back. It's like
you can see how the color. I don't know if you can see it in the video, but if you play around with it, you'll definitely notice it.
Okay, so you can put a second coat on these.
I think I need a touch more paint.
This is a tin can, like what do you call these tin?
Like it's made from
tiles, like tiles, tin tiles. Okay, I have a question for you, trivia question.
Okay.
Can you tell me a store that has a tin tile roof?
Yeah, they even have them in Selkirk. Oh. But even that place that Harry Lahotsky opened up had a tin tile roof.
Well, I was thinking particularly of Hillbury General Store. I was
Oh.
shocked one day when I looked up, and they had a gorgeous tin tiled roof in that store.
When was this? Like
Oh,
years ago
yeah.
when you looked up?
Yeah, years ago.
Is it still open, the Hillbury store?
I feel like it could be.
What was the
General.
guy's name who
Gary
ran it?
Jackson.
Gary, is he still alive?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
does he still live up there?
Yes, I think he still runs the store.
Oh, cool. Well, if you're ever in Hillbury, go check out Gary
the tin
Jackson's
tile
store.
I'd
Is
love
it-
to get my hands on
And in
those
case
tin
you
tiles.
don't know where Hillbury is, there's signs on the highway that say next 3 exits, Hillbury.
I remember that was a really interesting with that.
And if you have no idea where Hillbury is, it's a tiny little town north of here that has a population of about 30.
Right.
So,
And it was very close to the where we lived before, which was Steeple. So anyhow, that's what I know about Hillbury General.
but they do up their Christmas tree, don't they? Or do they have a star? Don't they have something from the highway that you can see?
I think so.
I seem to remember that.
I think they have a big tree. You're right. I think they do.
Yeah, so you might see the big tree, or you might see next 3 exits.
Okay, now this vintage linen is another like an off-white, the white swan that we used last time and that I was dry brushing with is more like a pure white, like a really nice clean white. This is a white, I love this color, but it's got more of a, maybe like more of a beige undertone. Like it's gonna come out, it's gonna look white when it's dry, but it's not, it's gonna be a softer white. Not a bright, like, yeah.
And you're gonna are you gonna distress those
I
back?
think so. She said she'd like them distressed back.
So how many coats do you find you have to do with white on something like that? Like
Yeah,
2 or 3?
Probably. Well, it depends. It's really dark. We'll
Like
get a good first coat on. And
this one will definitely, I think, only need 2. It's looking pretty good.
Yeah.
But whites are sometimes trickier.
I'm
Let's
not
just be
putting it
honest
that
about it.
thick either. I'm kind of going because
That was Mom's other lesson. You can always paint over. And number 2, 2 thin layers is better than 1 thick.
Yeah.
That got drilled into me before
I'm
I
glad
could.
you listened.
Before I was.
Oh, good thing I had my apron on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No damage done.
We've got a real stressful life. You can see here.
I should have one of my Lazy Susans to put this on and then just keep turning
that's
the
a good
Lazy Susan. I
idea.
tried to turn the can, but it's a little bit smaller
It's a
than the
little
can.
bit, yeah.
Okay, number 2. These
1, 2, 3.
He's drawing.
Mm-hmm.
These candlesticks here. We were coming home from church on Sunday, and there was a garage sale right on Henderson Highway. And Dad says, "Do you want to stop?" And I'm like, "Nah." And then as we were driving by, I saw 3 candlesticks sitting there, and I said, "Yeah, I do." So he drove around the block, and I went, "Not my candlesticks."
A match made in heaven, hey?
Yeah, never pass up on
A candlestick?
candlesticks.
No, they're gonna always go.
They always go.
I don't think candlesticks are going out of style anytime soon.
No, and the thing about it is, like, if you've got candlesticks at home, which so many people do, but they're dated or they're, you know, they're orange and brown, like there's tons of those around, just slap some paint on them and you can really remake them.
You can give them new life.
Yeah, just dress them back a bit.
You can give us a call if you want to get this paint yourself. We do sell it.
Yeah.
So.
I had a lady last week, she came, she was so excited because she's been trying to get this stuff, but everywhere was far away. We are the only dealer in Manitoba for sure, maybe even, I think there is maybe a dealer in Regina.
Okay.
But that would be the closest. And she said
But
it was going to be such big shipping charges and everything, so she was thrilled that she could just run over here and pick it up.
Yeah.
We have a pretty good selection of most colors, but
we don't have everything.
No, and we are ordering like all the time too. So
yeah, so if there's something specific you want, we can always just order that directly for you too, if you had something that you've seen. Jamie Ray or Debbie or whomever you're using.
If you're, I don't know if you guys are into watching YouTube videos, but like I tell you, since I've gotten onto YouTube, I hardly watch TV anymore because there's so many fun things out there. I mean, I listen to all sorts of podcasts and things too, but lots of DIYers. I've got my favorites that I like.
So who else do you like? I know Jamie Ray.
Well, Jamie Ray is the first one I got into it, and she was the one who got us on.
How did you find Jamie Ray?
I don't know. I guess just, you know, how things pop up, and then once it popped up, we actually made it. She's from Lehi, Utah, just outside of Salt Lake City. So Dad and I went down there last year and we got to go to her shop and stuff. And
so you went to Jamie Ray's and to Joanna's shop all in the same year?
I did, but not the same trip.
No.
By Joanna, you mean Chip and Joanna Gaines, in Waco.
Yeah.
Oh, I loved that.
That was your favorite one.
I liked it all. I loved it all.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
What I really liked about the Chip and Joanna trip was that like when you watch it on TV, everything looks so glamorous. Like you think it's, oh, a beautiful house on a beautiful street. And when we got to Waco, like I was like immediately, as soon as we got off the interstate, I'm like, this is a dump.
Like the town.
Seriously, it was not a pretty town. I mean, there are sections to it that are, and we got a tour, like a fixer-upper tour, you know, where they take you and show you all the houses that have been done and the stories behind them, and oh, that was fascinating.
Like most of them were done by Chip and Joanna.
Well, all of these ones that we were on this tour were.
Yeah, but they essentially revitalized the whole, or did half the town, or?
Oh no!
How?
Like it's a city. It's a city. They haven't done half the town by any means, but it's like I just said, man, this was the right town to do it in because it needed a boost. And I can't remember the percentage of the people that are employed in Waco by
Chip and Joanna,
but it's a lot, quite a lot. Like it has revolutionized their economy.
Well, yeah, so
huge,
it has,
huge.
Has impacted that.
Oh, yeah.
And is that where they're from, or why did they?
Yeah, they live just outside of Waco. I forget the actual.
Did you say they live next to George Bush?
They live right next door to George Bush. Like they only have like not that many acres. George Bush has got a ranch there. And we ended up going to church on Sunday morning. We were looking for a church to go to, and it was just down the road. We were on our way. We were leaving Waco on Sunday morning, on our way to what's the river one? San Antonio. And so we thought, well, we'll stop in somewhere for church. So we passed a big church, and I said, oh, we should have went there. And Dad's like, no, I don't want to go to that big church. And so then we saw this right down the road, right beside basically George Bush's ranch, was this concept. And it had a cross on the concept, so it's a church. So we said, let's pull it here. And we had a great time. We had a potluck after, and invited us to stay. It was like down-home Texas hospitality. I love Texas, I really did.
So you'll go back, eh? Or if you could.
Well,
you'd be happy to.
I'd be happy to. I'd go do Waco again. And she's planning all sorts of new things, and they just bought the old, like what would be our free press building, like a big, huge newspaper building. And they're turning that into all their corporate offices, and everything is white and black, and you know, the class. It's beautiful,
like class.
Yeah, it's and they're making a hotel. They've got and all in this downtown area, so it's really, it's worth going again. I'd love to go again.
Well, maybe next time we'll go together.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Yeah,
it'd be great.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's good.
And they told us the story about how Joanna got discovered.
Okay.
They were doing, her and Chip were always doing flips, right? And then one time, sure. I can't remember how it happened, but somebody asked if they could bring a, she sent a letter or something. I forget. I shouldn't be telling a story because I can't remember. All I know is that when the filming crew came to do the first one, Joanna was really shy, and Chip was kind of being Chip, but she wasn't responding to him. And the filming crew left there and they said, this isn't going to go anywhere. Like, no. And then someone said, well, let's just give it one more try, because they really liked the work that Joanna did, like her style and her design style.
Yeah.
So I said, let's do it one more trip and Chip one more time. So in the meantime, Chip got a hold of her and said, listen, girl, you gotta loosen up a little if we're gonna, and so she just kind of became herself again.
Aww.
And the next time, and then it just went from there.
Aww.
Okay.
They're just such nice people,
They
okay? Like you just, yeah.
We got to see the school where the kids went to school, and they took them out of school because it was really close to the shop.
Okay.
And people would park their cars and they'd walk, and if it was recess, they'd oh, that's, you know, whatever it
or
was.
if they're dropping them off for school.
And so they didn't like that
paparazzi or
happening.
something.
People were trying to talk to them and stuff, so.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm wet distressing on these lovely lines.
Yeah. Such a nice technique.
Yeah, I'm not going to take too much off. I'm not going to make it like every single one. I like the perfectly imperfectly. Not everything perfect.
Yeah. Perfectly imperfect. That's nice. Somebody could start a business called that.
I got that line from one of my other YouTubers called Ginger Chick Rehab, and she always says that. So.
Oh, it's perfectly imperfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the nice thing. Like, nothing here is perfect. But it doesn't need to be, right? Yeah.
So if you're interested in watching some good YouTubers that do a lot of DIY and use DIY paints, well, Jamie Ray, of course, is one. Unicorn Dust uses the DIY paints.
Does she do mainly furniture?
No, she does mostly
little
smalls,
stuff?
yeah.
Okay. And she's from the States?
Yeah.
Okay.
She is. Upcycled by Bree.
Oh, I've seen some of hers.
She uses the DIY paints as well.
Yeah.
There's lots of other ones that might be using other chalk paints too. I'm just drawing a blank right now, but these guys, there's tons of them. They're all over the place. And they all do really nice work.
But if you want somebody from Winnipeg, we're your girls.
Of all the YouTubers I listen to, there's only one other one from Canada, and her name, she's called My Upcycled Life.
Yeah.
She's from Ontario.
And so currently, you know, we have maybe 2 followers. No, we have more than that.
Not much.
Not much. So we're actually doing a promotion for the month of July. If you share our video and you subscribe to us, and then just comment that you've shared and subscribed, we have a giveaway for the month of July. You'll have to come here to pick it up. But we're just trying to get the word out. We're trying to be courageous and putting ourselves out there and just being ourselves and having fun. So if you do that, how do you turn this thing off?
You have to hold down on that. Eventually
Okay,
it
there you
stops.
So if you do that, I'll show you what we're giving away. We're giving away this flower pot. I guess, is that, what would you call it, a box?
Flower box.
Flower box, not a pot. Yeah, we're giving this away. So it's a lovely piece, which we have redone, a Freddy's Girls special. So just like I said, subscribe and share, and this could be yours.
Do you want to show them this once it's been distressed?
Yeah.
Now that will get top coated then. I don't think it needs wax or anything, do you think?
No, I mean, oh, you mean like white wax or?
Like
I
these
don't
probably
think
should
that.
have white wax.
Yeah, like, so this one I think has enough detailing that it doesn't.
Yeah.
But you, like, this one here is just plain. What are you gonna do
I
with it?
don't know. I think it needs white wax.
Okay, put some
I
white
think I
wax
should
on.
put white wax on this too.
Okay, white wax it.
I think I will. Okay.
I'll distress this one.
All right. When in doubt, white wax.
Yeah, you can't really go wrong with it. And then if you've white waxed it, you don't really need to.
So here I'm just spreading on some white wax, if you can see that, and then you just wipe it back. I do quite a bit at a time, and then just wipe it back.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. This time we are not using the Norwex rags. So now we have to sleep in the doghouse.
I don't know how that happened. Like, Dad's always like scared to use a rag. Like, is this a rag I can use?
Did you really?
Oh,
That's terrible.
Anal about my rings.
Well, then if you're... Anyhow, he's not sleeping in the doghouse tonight.
No, he's not. He never sleeps in the doghouse. No. By the way, yesterday was our anniversary.
Oh, how many years was it?
Oh, two.
How many years do you think it was, guys?
Oh, honestly.
Is it 47 for real?
It was 47 years yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
Oh,
so what happens when you get married when you're 12?
Oh, come on.
Oh, we did meet in high school.
Yeah, you did. Grade 12. Grade 12, yeah. Oh, that's great. And they celebrated with their usual celebration place.
Oh, we had a fun day. We did all sorts of...
Oh, what else did you do? Oh, you garaged it, or you went to the thrift store.
We did a bit of that. But we just, we worked on some projects out in the garage together and did a little bit of fun around the yard, walking around and things. And then we celebrated at our usual supper spot. Yeah. Red Lobster.
Red Lobster. So what walking around the yard, like what projects
I don't know,
were
like
you
we
doing
had
in the
that,
yard?
we had the driveway landscaped.
Yeah.
Right? So, like north side of the yard needs something more, but I'm not sure what, around the rhubarb. Okay, this is good, I like this. Okay, so there it is now with white wax. Distressed and white wax. That looks classy.
We'll show them this one. Does this one get
And this will dry out a bit.
Yeah, that looks good.
Okay, she's distressed this, but it's going to be white wax too.
This is a good team, hey?
Yeah.
Do it. No, I mean it's nice to do it together, hey? It's like an assembly line here.
Well, that's why we decided to do this again, kind of because like, what's something that we both like to do? Like we thought, oh, are we the type that's going to go get our nails done together? No, not really.
If you don't know, I only have 9 toes. I can't believe I'm sharing this already. So I've actually never had a pedicure done. And I don't think you're ever going to get me.
No, I don't think so. That's sad. That was a very sad day in our life. She's lived with that since she was 4.
I guess I should tell the story then if you don't know.
Sure.
So when I was 4 years old, I was sitting on the hood of the riding lawnmower, and my brother was driving it. He was my elder brother, a whole 9 years old, driving the lawnmower. Anyways, and
just let me interject.
Okay.
He was allowed to drive the lawnmower, but not with it ever engaged. And so this time, for some reason, he decided with Kaylee on to engage it. Carry on.
Yeah, so, you know, we were farm kids, right? So anyways, he turned the corner and I fell off and my foot went under and it got cut off and then the dog ate it.
Out of her little shoe.
Yeah, so I won't show it on camera.
It was a very sad day, I remember.
I was very lucky. I have actually only good memories about it. Like
your stay in the hospital?
Yeah, my only bad memory, well not bad, but Dad was holding me, I was screaming. You'd run into the house, you got a towel to wrap up my toe, and
waxes?
Yeah, sure, throw some wax on. And then it was time to drive me to the hospital, and I remember Dad was handing me over to you so he could drive, and I just remember screaming louder, and I said, I don't want to go to Mom, I want Dad to keep holding me. Yeah, but
Dad took that really hard. I remember him telling me once, I don't know if I'll ever be happy again.
Well, it all turned out fine. I was lucky. It was just my toe that got cut off and not more.
It kept the ball of the foot, like, so she could still have that push off. You could still play volleyball.
Yeah, I could still run around and jump and do whatever.
But it was a very sad day in our life, no doubt about it.
Yeah, but yeah, it was. What are you going to do to this one to make it more interesting?
Well, it has that inside thing goes in there.
Oh, that goes in there.
Yeah, that's what makes it interesting.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
I didn't realize
I don't buy boring frames.
This is White Swan here?
Yeah, what are you going to do with
this?
No, it was vintage leather.
Oh.
That doesn't matter. Just use the same brush.
Yeah,
they're close enough.
A slight variant here.
Yeah, this wax. I'm liking this white wax again. Yeah, I got to start using this again more.
Oh, it's very
It's beautiful.
Are you going to white wax this?
I think so.
Yeah,
it all match.
that.
Yeah, so we don't get pedicures together. I always like to get a pedicure, but that's not one thing we've ever done. But we do love to thrift together, and we used to meet up sometimes on Saturday morning, unbeknownst to each other. She'd show up in the thrift store and I'd show up, and it's like, oh, hey.
Funny that I'm meeting you here. Yeah, we both have the same things we like to do.
You know, when you were little, you hated shopping.
That's what I was gonna say.
I had to buy all your clothes.
I remember that. She was so excited. Oh, I finally have had a little girl to take shopping. And it's like, no, I'm not going with you. Like, we used to come into the city to a hotel, and it's like, leave me at the hotel in the water slide, and
I'd go buy our wardrobe.
And I'd be happy to try all the clothes on and stuff, and I'd wear them, but I sure didn't want to go hang out at the mall or anything.
Yeah, I'll show them. I just got a fingerprint on here that I bought. Okay, so this one is there with the white wax. It's definitely muted it back, and when it dries again, it will also look a little, not a whole lot different. But
no, and then now it's white wax, so you don't need to do anything else.
No, now it's finished.
To finish it.
They don't need to be big topped or anything like that. They're done.
The white wax.
The white wax will dry hard as a rock. And
then you might have to buff it up a bit depending on the piece.
Yeah, you could. If it's clear wax, I buff it. White wax, I rarely do.
Okay, so why not?
It just doesn't seem to me like the clear wax. It will make it like shine when you buff it.
Yeah.
Whereas
the white wax, it doesn't change.
I don't know if I want it to shine.
Oh well.
I don't know if it needs to shine.
No.
I like the look of it the way it is.
Yeah. Alright. I think we're almost wrapping up here, hey?
Yeah.
Pass me another candlestick.
Okay, good.
I'll do a second coat.
Oh, great. They're all dry, naturally.
Yeah, I think I did take the gun to them a bit.
Okay. Yeah, so this gives us an evening a week to spend together doing things that we like to do, and making sure we get that quality time in. I did really miss you when you were gone.
I know.
I did.
I missed you too.
Yeah.
It's good to be back.
Yeah, I'm good.
There's no doubt.
Good to hear that.
Good to be back on Canadian soil.
And she went right back to her old job, which was nice.
Yeah, just right back into my old life. Right back into Freddy's Girls and all the rest of it.
It's like a long vacation.
Yeah, very long.
9-month vacation.
9-month vacation, yeah.
All right, where's that paper towel? Over here. Oh, good. We're getting, yeah. And this thing, I think I'll white wax that too.
I think so. I think you should.
Okay.
Because it's pretty much done. Like you've
distressed
all you're gonna
enough.
distress. Yeah. And then we should show them pictures at the end of everything finished.
Yes,
hey? So we'll do that. We'll try and add that on to the end of this video.
Yeah.
And you can see these projects in their finalized state.
And with the wax, you can decide how much or how little you want to take off. Like I usually I take off, quite a bit of it, but you want a little bit left on there, right? Like it goes into the paint, so it mutes the paint color.
Yeah.
But you don't want to take every rubber right down to
nothing.
Yeah.
No, which you almost could.
Yeah, you could. Okay, so I'm going to now start with white wax on this thing. Ooh, scary, scary, scary.
Drama queen.
Well, people freak out when they see the white wax going on there.
Yeah.
I maybe should have.
What did they call it? Did they call it the freak?
The freak factor.
The freak factor. Yeah.
Oh, I like it. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, it looks good.
I like it. I like it.
See, it probably could have worked if you had done it on that other piece.
Yeah, I'm gonna repaint that and do white wax.
Yeah.
That was a dumb plot.
Well, no, I mean, yeah.
Whatever.
No, it looks good.
Better than others. Yeah. That wasn't the best one.
All right. This candlestick's almost done. I don't think we're gonna finish these guys today.
No, they'll need to dry and get distressed. And
We'll finish these
they'll be
another day.
mostly done.
But if you're wondering how we do our candlesticks, this is it. It's no secret.
So this is what the white wax looks like. It looks scary. Put it on. And it just looks like a big mess. It does.
It does look like a big mess.
But now we're going to...
You wipe it off with the
Take it
dry.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just using a
shop
paper towel. I like it.
Yeah, it looks good. And it's nice because you don't have to, like with the chalk paint, you don't have to get it perfect underneath,
no,
right?
Because putting the wax on there is gonna, yeah.
You don't really want it perfect.
No.
You want it to...
Perfectly imperfect.
Yeah, I'm just getting paint everywhere. But I
Do
have...
you want the blow dryer?
Maybe. I'll get it. I have to say I enjoy getting my hands dirty again. Or with paint.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of nice.
It's therapeutic. I find this. I've always been someone who liked to work with my hands and to be creative. Like, I get this box and I think, okay, what am I going to do to this box? And then I think, oh, I should try some molds on there.
Dirty hands. Yeah, it's just your outlet, right?
Yeah, it is my
Your creative outlet.
I can't sing.
You can't dance.
No, I can paint.
We all have something. And you're very, like both of us are very creative. But yeah.
Yeah. Just keep going around here.
Yep.
You lather it on. I don't think it really matters what direction you go.
No up or down or anything.
One thing I should invest into is a new
Wax brush?
Yeah.
I was just gonna say that looks like
This
I
was
don't
a
know what
doll's
that
store. I
looks
have
like.
a bigger one. I have this big one. I should have used it.
oh,
I
and
should have used that one.
we're distressing these, right?
Yes,
yeah.
yes. Oh, that looks nice up there.
Yeah, it's a good color.
Classy look.
Yeah. It's okay, yeah, vintage linen. Yeah, it looks so good. That wax.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It'll dry out.
Not to toot our own horns.
It's the paint we're talking about. Paint color, that's
Yeah, the paint. Yeah. It's just nice paint. Like, there's no getting around it.
After I worked with this paint, I just can't go back. I just love it so much.
Yeah, and you've tried a lot of paint.
I have tried
Like,
a lot
let's
of
be
paint.
realistic here.
Yeah, I have.
And you've tried a lot of chalk paints and a lot of
Yeah.
all kinds of paints.
For any of these small projects, DIY is the only kind I get to use.
Yeah.
And honestly, okay, you're looking at $20 or $33 or whatever for these, but by the amount of projects you get out of them, they go forever. So it's really not very expensive either. There's just a startup cost, right, when you invest in a few colors and things like
Yeah,
that.
and if you have to buy a couple of things of wax. But it
Right.
will last you.
Oh,
like, you'll
my
be
goodness.
surprised. And it's just, you're not going to be frustrated when you're working with it
No.
either.
Like the amount of things that I have painted, I've painted a lot of stuff. And
Oh, yeah.
honestly, like, I don't go through that much paint. Honestly.
No. This is alright.
And our prices, by the way, include tax. So, you know, that's what you, what we say is what you pay.
Yeah. You don't have to factor in anything extra.
No shipping if you come pick it up, no tax.
Yeah, you can pay cash, so it won't be on the bill for your husband to see.
Like, what was that thing?
Oh, your Kate
Kate
Spade.
Spade.
Okay.
Dad never did figure that one out.
He still doesn't know what a Kate Spade is.
We'll keep it that way.
Yeah, us women have to have our secrets, eh?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we're gonna let this dry up and cure, And I think that's going to be the finished product on that. I quite like that.
Yeah.
Like you could stick in some, you could stick in a little jar with some flowers
with the greenery.
in it. You could stick in some wooden spoons out of here, another jar with some wooden spoons in, or I've seen them with, we made it so that it fits, I think, is it 2 or 3 the mason jars. And you could put, like, I've seen them with silverware in them. People like them in their cottages.
Oh, so that's made. Dad made that.
I got him to make these for me too.
Okay. Just so the
tired people. This is one of the things I want to do next.
Oh, these are cute.
I did do a couple of them, but they sold right away. This bird, I like that bumpy, rough. And okay, here's the question. What do you think all that texture and that red color is made with?
Blood. No.
I picked up this little bird in Texas.
Oh, so you didn't do that.
I did not do this one.
Like
I bought this one as my prototype.
Okay.
I paid, like, it's on the bottom, $11.95 American for my prototype.
Okay.
And the one I made another one. And, well, you put a salt wash on to make it all bumpy. Like you can buy a salt wash material, but I add baking soda and the big chunky salt like we have, you know, like
like the sea salt?
Yeah, and then into the paint, and then you paint that on and it makes it all kind of rough and bumpy.
Okay.
And then I sprinkled cinnamon on and chili powder.
I knew it was going to be something cool.
And it worked perfect.
But did you come up with the cinnamon and chili powder yourself?
I did.
And is it going to last?
Then I top coated it. I sprayed it. I sprayed it with spray varnish. Yes, it will.
So where's the one that you finished?
Oh,
or have you sold it already?
They sold.
Okay, well we'll have to do those in a video.
Yeah, we'll do those. And those ravens. I bought some really nice ravens back from Texas too, that I paid quite a bit of money for. And I did ones on them too, and they turned out really nice. But they're more gray, tony gray. They look like cement.
Okay.
Okay, well I think you got that's the third coat on that.
Yeah, these
I'm
are
just
finishing up.
Run over this with some more weathered wood and cover up this nonsense that we did here.
Yeah, and we'll redo it.
Let that dry, and I can.
But I think that's about all for this time, hey?
I think so. So you showed them what they can win if they.
Yeah, let's show you one last time. Don't forget. Share a video and subscribe, and just let us know in the comments that you've done that, and we'll enter you in the draw this is for the month of July. So if you do that for this month, and as many videos as we make, if you share them all, we'll give you a separate entry for each of those, and someone will be our lucky winner. But thanks for watching it. Thanks for watching us. We have a lot of fun putting these together. I hope you enjoy watching them. Let us know what you want to see.
Yes. Tell us what you want. We'll give you what you want.
Anything you want to learn, whatever, we'll learn it with you.
Yeah.
And I guess we'll see you next time.
If we don't know what to do, we'll research and figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have a great week, everybody.